Good evening, an unexpected one, complete with now half-drunk little Tipple. I'll tell you what it was in a minute. Saha, we're celebrating. It's a very expensive apple juice from Lidl. I had a voucher. It is actually very nice. It's better value for money than the last one I had from Lidl. What are we celebrating? My little mate is going to appear there. Come on. Here he comes. We have now a total of
1,503
subscribers. 1,503. Might have gone up since I last counted. It seems to be going up a bit erratically. And what can I say about that? Well, it means that we have to we have to do something about this here Patreon thing that I promised I'd do, doesn't it? In order to do that, we need to decide where we want to go with this channel. Well, there are things I certainly want to do. One of which is perhaps look at Dartmoor, for which we will want, I don't know yet. But there's lots of interesting things on Dartmoor. I mean, there's the ponies, obviously, they're famous. Oh, excuse me, that stuff is really quite potent. Yeah, and as I said, it's not alcoholic. The ponies are quite famous. What not so famous are the sheeps and the cows. Some of the building up there is a particular style that's kind of unique to Dartmoor. There's little villages, there's little pubs, and there's little churches, some of which have bells. Yes, I know, we're back to bells, but they're there, so if we get a chance. I would also like to go further afield. I would like to look at Dorset and Somerset with you. Maybe West Devon, extreme West Devon, and Cornwall, North Cornwall, East Cornwall. There are lots of places we can go and visit that could actually be quite interesting. And far further afield, of course, it would be nice to be able to travel more throughout Britain and make videos of that. And even abroad. Well, you can guess where. But there's also, we want to improve our environment ultimately, and this is not instant, this is looking maybe years ahead, a purpose-built studio with a workshop so we can do creative things. There's recordings and video of other things other than bells, particularly we were hoping to do organ, but my organist has moved quite a long way away, so that's out for the time being. Unless I can tame another one, and the organist can be quite difficult to tame. A lot of this, of course, is going to come at some expense, because well, there are places where if we want to use their buildings as a set for something, it's possibly a good idea to at least offer a donation, even if they're not trying to charge you the earth, which in some cases they will. There is the cost of fuel. Quick bleat about fuel prices. We are the fourth most expensive country in the world for diesel and petrol. Now, for diesel, we're about sixths for petrol. Ouch. It's not something to be proud of. So if we've got to pay for the fuel, ultimately we will have to change vehicle as our equipment level increases. We're going to be looking particularly initially at lighting, and because the interview that I haven't mentioned but I will mention now, there's last summer an academic agreed to an interview with me for this channel. And he's quite looking forward to it because I've promised him we don't have to talk about bells, so he's really quite excited. But I don't actually have access to the wherewithal to do that properly at the moment. We need really a couple of good radio mics. They ain't cheap, but we will try to keep the price down. We're going to try and do this as far as we can on a budget. But that means hundreds of pounds rather than thousands, not pennies instead of tens of pounds. It's unfortunately, to get good quality, you do have to spend a base level of money. So we will go through all that in the next few videos, and we will keep doing these videos until we get either 1,543 subscribers, or until I run out of things to say. Whichever comes first, we will then move on to actually doing the Patreon form, and we will do that together. Well, not quite together, but I will go through the whole process of doing that. You will see me filling it in and everything, with confidential data removed, and we'll see what happens. So it's the start, you know, the 1,500 subscribers. It's the start of our journey together into the world of funding other than ad revenue, which simply doesn't cut it, I'm afraid. Maybe I'm not surprised. You do need millions of views in order to make useful money from ad revenue. Kind of anyone who's done the sums kind of knows that. So we have to look at the alternatives, and Patreon is popular, and Patreon is where we are going to start. But it will be an ongoing journey, and I'm getting quite excited about it. We might even have some fireworks at some point. New Year, probably. It's when we get away with it. That's about it for now. It's just to let you know that, yes, it's going ahead. We are going to go Patreonic, and we're going to do it together. And we're going to follow the whole of my thinking process and my planning and everything else right through until, well, I don't know, until we stop, I suppose, which could be a very, very long time ahead. Drive carefully, and we'll see you all probably quite soon. Bye for now.